Hi everyone, my name's Jessica and I'm a course advisor here at Falmouth Uni. And today I'll be running through some FAQs and giving some advice when it comes to the portfolio work we ask you to provide after you've applied to Falmouth. So you can find out if you'll need to provide a portfolio for your course, or perhaps provide something different like a performance, for example, by visiting the link here and by scrolling to the course that you're applying to. So if you opt to have an in-person interview, then you will need to bring your physical portfolio to the interview with you. And if you've got any large pieces of work, then we recommend taking good quality photographs of those and including it in your portfolio. If your course requires a performance, for example, then you'll need to deliver that at your in-person audition. If you opt to have an online interview, you'll need to submit a digital portfolio before you can actually secure your online interview date. So that digital portfolio will need to be submitted via an online link that doesn't require a password or login details. This will very much depend on the course that you're applying to, so have a look at your course section on the page linked here. We would recommend providing between 10 and 20 pieces of your work. So if you're submitting a digital portfolio, then you could present this as a document, as a slideshow, or even as a video if that suits you. Always remember to take good quality photographs or scans of any drawings, paintings, sculptures, and any non-digital work. And always consider using captions as well that detail the size, the medium, and the content of the work. There isn't a portfolio deadline as such. After you've submitted your application, you'll receive a request from us for your preferred interview type, either in person or online. And basically, the sooner you provide your portfolio and have your interview, the sooner you'll receive a decision on your application. And we aim to make decisions within about 5 working days of an interview taking place. So your portfolio doesn't need to be ready before you apply to Falmouth. Once we've heard from you and we have your application in, the first thing we'll do is get in touch with you to request your preferred interview type, and we'll also give you your portfolio or performance instructions at that point. So you'll find a step-by-step guide of the whole application process on the page linked here if you'd like to have a look. So if you don't actually have a traditional portfolio from your recent school or college work, and your course requires a portfolio, then don't worry, you can actually create a new portfolio using our Falmouth Creative Projects. So you can have a look at those on the page linked here. So think about your portfolio like a good story. You'll want a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's worth including a few different types of techniques in there, and our course teams really like to see you showcase your process. So from the initial brief with the preliminary work and sketch work right through to the final outcome. And remember, it's about quality rather than quantity. So think about your portfolio like a good story. You'll want a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's worth including a few different types of techniques in there, and our course teams really like to see you showcase your process. So from the initial brief with the preliminary work and sketch work right through to the final outcome. And remember, it's about quality rather than quantity. So here at Falmouth, we assess every applicant on their passion, their potential, and their enthusiasm rather than just their grades. That's why we ask you to put together a portfolio, or in some cases a performance, depending on the course that you're applying for. And this just means that we can learn about you and see your style and your ability and your personality. Every single offer we make is shaped around you as a person. If you'd like some more advice and some tips on putting together a portfolio, then have a look at our portfolio advice page linked here.